Quick heads up, this is not my typical content, so if you're looking more for the finance tech related videos, tune in next week.
Hey, sup y'all, Talent Scout back with another video. I am your host, Terrance Godfrey, and today we are talking about journalistic integrity, or more so the lack thereof. It's probably not news to you. Western media has devolved from noble organizations looking to find, expose, and share the truth with the public to pretty much clickbait houses looking for that sweet, sweet ad revenue. This video was inspired by a tweet, so it took a little while for me to find it. Saw it a little while ago, but pretty much this tweet is showing what Palestine looks like according to the Western media versus what Palestine looks like to people that actually live there in Palestine. And let me tell you, it's a pretty stark difference. So whenever there's a third world country involved, as defined by the West, there's always that really yellow, dingy Vice filter. I know you know which one I'm talking about. Like that filter that's always on for like those war movies to show how grim and awful things are while they're highlighting all of the most negative things in the region. However, that's not everything that's going on there. Of course, when you highlight the worst of everything, it's going to look bad. Even in top tier cities like San Francisco, California, they show the Golden Gate Bridge, Lombard Street, the Wharf, make it seem like a perfect, just awesome destination. But if they only show the Tenderloin and you've never been to San Francisco, that's all you would know, and you would think it's one of the worst places on this earth. So I just find it really irresponsible to take the worst case scenario and paint that as the norm for an entire region, because especially like in Palestine and Middle East overall, they always show it to be some really poverty-stricken place, unless it's Dubai or Israel, because those are US's allies, and of course they're not going to show that. But it expands beyond that. Look at any documentary about Africa. They make it look like it is always the most poverty-stricken location on the planet. Now, there are some very extreme examples, however, that is not by any means the entire continent. Look at Mexico, the US's neighbor. It is shown to be the most poverty-stricken environment. We've got the Trump-a-lump always talking about how awful and the bad hombres over there. Actually, look at South America as a whole. It's painted as some kind of terrible war zone, which, yes, there is some instability, but that's not the entire continent. So in this video, I'm sharing my experience of going to the worst city on the planet, Tijuana, according to USA Today, and what it's really like, because me and two of my best friends went in March 2020. So it's early February. Me and two of my best friends on the group chat were just talking about we want to go somewhere. It's been a little while. We all needed a trip. We hadn't traveled together in quite some time. The last time we had traveled as all three of us was to Mexico in 2017. The last time we went to Playa del Carmen, down, a little bit south of Cancun in the southeast corner of Mexico. We stayed in an all-inclusive, had a great time. You see the video clips. Oh yeah, that's my friend from college, came along with us as well. That was a very indulgent, extravagant trip. This time we're looking for something a bit more relaxed. I guess a more real trip, if you will. So we decided on San Diego because Southwest was having a great sale. Shout out to them, $120 round trips from NorCal down to SoCal. So we booked the flights. As we were checking Airbnbs, we were looking at San Diego prices. We were like, man, these still a little pricey because we just don't like spending a lot of money. That's just not what we do. So one of my buddies shared us an Airbnb in Tijuana as a joke. And I was just like, yo, what if we just stayed in Tijuana? And then that joke evolved and that was the plan. So that's what we did. Me and one of my buddies, we flew out of San Jose down to San Diego because that was the closest airport to us. The other friend who recommended Tijuana flew out of Sacramento. That was the closest to him. We all met at the airport, called the Uber, and we went on down to Chula Vista. Quick pit stop, stopped by Tacos El Gordo on H Street in Chula Vista.
So little does he know, our friendship might end today. I'ma still one of his tacos or everything.
Dude, I literally considered killing one of my best friends over my taco. I need some therapy, but no, I'm kidding. If you're a real taco eater, you know what's going on here. Check these tacos out. They're literally the best tacos in the United States. Trust me on this one. I'm talking including East LA. Yes, better than that. Bay Area, it's not even close. Honestly, Stockton tacos are way better than the Bay Area. So after we filled up, caught another Uber. I left my Hydro Flask there, RIP. We stopped over at the San Diego-Mexico border. Took a quick pit stop at the Taco Bell Cantina, grabbed a couple really cheap drinks because it's vacation now. The entire time in Mexico, we're gonna be having a good time. That's the goal. So yeah, after we got to a relative level of tipsiness, we went over to the border crossing, did the whole passport, visa, walked across. It was awesome. Really interesting though, it's crazy because actually right at the border, and I mean like literally just for that one street, the sky actually did have that like vice filter. So, okay, that part was really interesting because we're like, whoa, this is crazy. And the way that they drive there is really insane. We were happy we didn't go through renting a vehicle because renting a car out there, if you go on like Kayak or something, you'll see that renting a car, you can do as low as $1 a day. No, it's not. If you're renting a car in Mexico, you also need to have Mexican car insurance, which costs about 60 bucks a day. And then we're underage drivers. I'm 24 and I was the oldest of the group. The others were 23 and 22. So yeah, very expensive. We just saw no car, so we took the Uber. Very glad we took the Uber because the way they drove right there specifically, like right at the tip of Tijuana, was just ridiculous. Like you go like 3 streets in, everything calmed down, but just right there, I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what Vice shows people and that's what they think because like, oh no, all of Mexico is this right here. No, it's not. As soon as we got to the freeway, things got a lot normal except for one little experience. Someone just left the car on the highway. They just got up and walked away. I don't know, that was weird. But overall, driving down, we get to our spot. We were staying in Playas del Tijuana, so about maybe 20-ish minutes south going down the coast. And let me tell you, it was great. Now, it was kind of hard to find the location at first because the the Uber Maps took you to the opposite side of the freeway. I mean, just technological issue. It always did it on Uber, but when we had Google Maps open, it worked. So I'm guessing the Uber Mexico team they've got some work to do. So that's an easy bug that can be fixed. So we stayed at Real Mediterráneo. Part of my Spanish, it's not the best. So sorry if I butchered that. But as you can see, pretty dope location. And this doesn't look like poverty stricken. That's pretty much always shared in the media. And I'm just gonna play this little clip just so you can see my review live at the moment.
All right, doing a quick review at night 1. This right here, spot we're staying. It's pretty cool. Probably hear a dog in the corner. Oh, I was had it hella close. Oh well. Oh yeah, that dog don't mess with me. I'm just gonna keep moving. I'm gonna take you upstairs a little bit. That dog really wanna fight me, but hear that water. Someone's taking a shower. See that cool terrace. Sick view, to be honest. But downside to it, at night when the wind starts blowing, we get a little, actually a big whiff of the cochina, to say the least. Apparently the sewage goes right out there, so it's pretty nasty. Well, we're gonna go inside. Cool view from inside too. Like nice little area. Head in there, downstairs. That's the basement. This is going upstairs. I'd show you, but I don't feel like it. Cool little bathroom, nice full-length mirror. They got rocks in the sink though. I don't know about that one, Chief. We were chilling in this area last night. Some beer. Another beer. Oh yeah, they gave us beer. We can't drink the water here, so that's what we've been drinking. We're about to bust a mission to Tijuana or Rosarito a little bit because we're thirsty. And that's all I got for you for right now.
So as you can see, pretty awesome location. And the crazy part is that whole place was only 90 bucks a night. So split between 3 people, it's like, whoa. It was actually a really affordable trip. So later on, we eventually got hungry because when we first got in, we didn't go grocery shopping to start off with. And so eventually we called an Uber. They couldn't quite find where we were easily because there was an issue with the Uber Maps still. I had to use my very, very rough Spanish to eventually try to get them to where we were. I was struggling. The guard at the gate. Yeah, it was a really nice place. Like, it was a gated community. So the guard at the gate explained it to the Uber driver. They eventually got to us. It was awesome. So we went over to this location because we wanted some like ribs and wings. I know, we were in Mexico. That's the first thing we did. We didn't even get tacos in Mexico yet. We got tacos in the US. We didn't do it perfectly right. But yeah, so we're going to this place. Was it Babies? I don't remember, but some ribs. Oh, spoiler alert. The ribs were fire. Everything there was just fire. Like, it was like irresponsibly good. So I was like, whoa, awesome. But when we got there, little sketchy. And here's another clip of how I felt semi-live at that situation. Because, you know, obviously I forgot some things.
Okay, so I didn't mention this yesterday because real talk, I was scared out of my life. But on the first day we got here, we went to this wing spot downtown Tijuana, except it wasn't like in the downtown city core. We get there, it was still open, but the door was locked. Obviously, fight or flight kicked in right there. If a door is locked during open hours, you kind of know you're not in the tourist part of town. Got to talking with the shop owner. No English. I'm a little impressed with my Spanish, you know, but we used Google Translate as well for one specific part that just wasn't in my vocabulary. Store owner was letting us know the reason it was locked is because not too long ago, someone came in, raided, had a gun to her head. It was just scary stuff. So I was like, oh shit. We figured it out though. Tijuana, if you stay like in the city center / maybe the Playa del Tijuana area, like where we're staying, and if you're back home before nightfall, it's all blessed. Because we yesterday went to the rich area, good ass time, did some shopping, got some drinks, you know, just chilling and whatnot. But yeah, they don't really have a moral to this or anything, but it's just, okay, if you're in a new area, try to get home before it gets dark, because that's when things get dicey, and that's not really relaxing. Okay, bye.
But to recap, that's because we didn't quite research where we were going. We didn't stay like in the good part of town, because the worst part of any city is dangerous. It doesn't matter how safe the city is. It's like San Jose, California is the safest large city in the United States, but if you go to the wrong part, you are in danger. It's just, I'm not blaming that on Mexico. It's just we didn't know where we were going, and it's easy to wander into danger if you don't do your research ahead of time. And then one of the days when we were down there, we decided to head down to Rosarito because honestly, it was kind of newish to me. Like, I had just heard about Rosarito and Papas and Beer in 2018, and I was talking to one of my buddies about it, and we decided, I mean, well, how far is it from where we're staying? Then we just checked it. It was only a 15-minute taxi ride away. And by the time we had already talked to the guard, we'd been using this taxi guy for a while. His name's Jesse. I'm putting his card number right here because honestly, if I ever, actually no, when I go back to Tijuana in that area, I'm only gonna use Jesse forever because he actually owns like that taxi service out there, and it's pretty awesome, and he'll pick you up literally any time of the night, which is dope. So we head over to Rosarito. Beautiful, beautiful. Like, I totally understand why that's like the new spring break destination. We actually came the week before all the festivities were gonna start happening, and we were just looking at the lineups. We were really talking about how week 3 would have been just ridiculous and disgusting because it was Fetty Wap and Blueface. We're like, whoa, that's ridiculous. Sounds like a good time, but it also sounds ridiculous. But the venue is so nice. Like, it is a beautiful beach. And yeah, when we first got there, just to the beach in Rosarito, things got wild really fast. I'm talking like people just started coming out, alcohol, just more, just Jello shots and picking us up and spinning us around, and it was crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna show any of those clips, but it's wild. So me and one of my buddies, we just had a massive headache like 10 minutes into being there. We were like, that was a very intense welcome. But like, even though we felt sick and we're like, whoa, this is crazy, we're coming back. So we came back the next day, Papas and Beer. I can definitely see why that location is super hyped. It's pretty affordable. Like, drinks are so cheap in Mexico, man. Like you can get a really good drink for like $3, and they don't water it down at all. Like, I'm pretty sure they put extra. It's kind of, it's like irresponsibly fun again. It's like it's a very affordable location. Like when I really started looking, dissecting, and talking to Jesse, like our taxi driver, it was very interesting. Like it's not that different than what we have here at home, because it's like there's the same wealth gaps, there's the same extremes. It's just in the West, which only includes, you know, Western Europe and the United States, we just highlight all the worst of other places, but we don't really look at the good that they have to offer as well, because it's just not that different. Because we look at the US like it's some super, like extremely wealthy country, because there'll be people that work like in tech that are making six figures in their early 20s. But then if you consider like a lot of the middle states in the United States, their wages aren't that different from the average over in Tijuana. It's like, it might have been Mississippi or Arkansas, but like the average salaries there were like $32,000 for a family. And it's like, whoa. But over in Tijuana, it's almost the same. It was like the upper $20,000, yet the homes were actually a bit cheaper. So it's like, it's not that different. So I'm not gonna pretend like, you know, the disparities don't exist, but that's everywhere, you know? So it's like, you can't paint these entire regions as just some of these poor people that need your help, because that's just not an accurate representation, because there are so many places that need tourist dollars. Because yeah, of course, like a lot of places want, like, you know, American tourist dollars, but look at America, like Las Vegas, Hawaii. Without travel and tourist dollars, they're affected just as intensely. So, and people, no one thinks of Hawaii as a poor place, but if you actually know about Hawaii and talk to people, like I did a couple years ago, like some homeless people, Hawaii has a massive homeless population. It's so expensive and it's so hard to find high paying wages out there. So yeah, so if I was gonna put like a moral onto the story, it would be to just stop with the whole poverty porn and thinking that other nations are just so different from yours, and thinking other people are so different from yours, because at the end of the day, we're all people and our experiences aren't that different as a group. Of course, there's a lot of variance between individuals, but as cultures, we're almost all the same. All right, later.